say this every day. I know it's boring, because I don't like the falseness of it. Do you know what I mean? I don't like, you know me. I mean, I wouldn't go, hi, you know, and you're not going to get me pouting. I'm sorry. You know, I've not got the best teeth, so I'm not going to be like, ugh. But at the same time, I just do a basic one of them. That's it. That's my thumbnail. I can't be doing, oh, where's my best side? Anyway, at least got my eyes open. All right, it's episode 395 of TrueHouse. I'm Justin House. Today's date is Monday, the 2nd of August, and I've been away for 3 or 4 days. Well, I've gone nowhere. I've just been off live streaming. I feel quite energised tonight. This is good. Okay, so tonight's subject, I've just been literally filling. Hello, I've just been filling time, waffling my usual bollocks about phones and tech. Something I'm not. Look, I'm not. I would never dare say I'm anything more than keen. You know, I'm not like, oh, go on, Justin, show us your technical prowess. You know, talk to me about what. I'll be like, something megapixel. You know, I'll be like, you know. Look, I'm a phone fan. I love the form factor. I love the aesthetics. I do like the fact that they are encyclopedias. What I mean by that is, I mean, I know it's a cliche. It's a bit of a what's the word? A bit of a trope. It's an encyclopedia in your back pocket. Well, you don't put your phone in your back pocket. I don't anyway. But yeah, to me, it's a computer, and yeah, I do like photography. I do like the art aspect of it. I do like the fact that I can be sat in my car park, see something in nature. Like, I go on my daily walks, right? I go to the local woods. I have to, just otherwise I'll go crackers. That's the point. I'm seeing my doctors in London on the 18th of this month, which is a Wednesday. I'm going to ask them definitively face to face, where do I stand on the vaccine? Because I've done what you've asked me to do, which is to keep safe, isolate, hold back. You know, just until there's more data. No one ever said to me, hey Justin, the vaccine is evil, but no one ever said to me, you have to. In fact, I was advised quite sternly to hold back. Their words, hold back, and hold on. Well, they use the words conclusive. I understand that I'm in a funny group, I get that. I'm not special, I'm just saying, well, I suppose medically, yeah, I've got some stuff, haven't I? But anyway, I do have a total of 3 people I know directly, that I know really well, that have all had the Oxford AstraZeneca, and the worst case is, I'm not going to say his name because I haven't said to him that well, he told me I could speak about it and I should speak about it on here, but he's still got facial paralysis. He's still had this Bell's palsy, so the left-hand side of his face has just collapsed. And he sent me numerous videos, bless him. Good friend of mine. I spent, you know, a couple of years. We shared a place together in Essex. Good guy, really, you know, I consider him a good friend. Met him in 2003, so I've known him a good while. And no, 2004, sorry, 2004 I met Steve. And, oh well, but the point is, he's didn't have a good response. I know 2 more people that are in this long COVID, you know, fatigue thing. Look, it is what it is. I still maintain that the vaccine is safe because the vast majority of people are absolutely bloody fine. Okay. I don't know. Anyway, I just my issue with the whole vaccine COVID thing now is that I don't like the idea that people are getting bitchy and calling each other out, being a vax snob. You know, families and friends and colleagues going, you know, you're a leper because you're not being vaccinated. Well, some people can't, and also there are people on religious grounds that won't do it. Whatever. But it is what it is. I think the whole conversation is getting a bit wanky woo. Yeah, you know, I get it. It's the other thing is, a friend of mine that I grew up with, went to school. I know 2 couples that have had it and the other halves haven't. So the two couples that I'm thinking of now, the husband has been vaccinated in terms of, he felt it was his responsibility and duty to be vaccinated, and the partner, wife, hasn't been vaccinated. So yeah, that's quite interesting as well. Anyway, enough on that. Although, why hasn't anyone mentioned the first Italian town that got laid to waste? Do you remember that, when COVID first broke in Jan, Feb, March of last year? I think it was Italy or France. No, it was Italy. There's an Italian town that was literally like the wrath of God. Just had. They're like a BBC or a Sky documentary, like a 40-minute special on this Italian town that had literally been wiped out by COVID, which was then massively in its infancy. Speaking of infancy, I think that's just my own little rant, is that I don't like the infantilization of it, the infantilizing, the fact that the bloody media, whatever your cup of tea, whether you're a BBC or a Sky person or a IT, whatever you subscribe, whatever you're into, oh, this is Sky News Australia, this is Britain, this is America, this is America, this is CNN, anyway, whatever, Fox News, whatever you watch, Channel 4, it's become way too political, what I call whapped. Just my own piss take on Carly B, WAP, the whole, I know I've said it loads of times, but I prefer to use the acronym WAP, not for its original purpose, but to say weaponised and politicised. It's my own little idea. I wish that would be a hashtag trending, but yeah, it's WAPed. The COVID thing has become WAPed, weaponised and politicised. It's I think, I said I wouldn't talk about COVID, but the turning point for me, no pun intended, was when I found some footage yesterday, just my own little bit of homework. I was scrolling away on YouTube, as you do, and there's footage, check it out, right? There's footage of Sleepy Joe Biden and Chameleon Harris, so Joe Biden and Vice President now, Kamala Harris, both during Trump. I know Trump was a complete douche. I've never said he wasn't a douche. During Trump's reign, when he did the, was it Operation Warp Speed, we're going to get a vaccine now. They were on all the channels saying, don't take the vaccine, don't take the vaccine, purely because it was Trump's. And they said as much. There's no reading between the lines. You haven't got to go, oh, let me suss out what they're saying here. What's the hidden message? No. They said it. You saw Joe Biden and Kamala saying, we don't trust in Trump. To be fair, Trump did make a rod for his own back by tweeting on a daily basis just bollocks, and also saying shit like, again, I took it as a joke. When I saw that press conference and Trump's like, yeah, you could use a bleach, right, and a sun lamp or some such shit, I was like, mate, are you trolling? That's what I took it to be, but of course, because we're living in a literal age where the literati, everyone takes things literally. If I go, hey, I'm gay, right? People go, oh my God, Justin said he was gay. That means he's gay. I'm like, no, I'm just being a dick. Of course, I'm not freaking gay. But not that there's anything wrong with being gay. Well, I don't know, biblically wrong in it. But no, I'm just saying. Man should be with women, or anatomically speaking, I should say. Anyway, I'm not having a go at the gays, the G's and the B's and the L's. By the way, that's not a Dave Chappelle piece. That's that bit about the L's and the B's and the W's and the G's and the J's and going through the alphabet, LGBTQ, and then the T's. That's no embedment bit. That was like 4 or 5 years before everyone saw that joke on Netflix. That's an Owen Benjamin bit. Trust me, you can see it on YouTube. Did it years ago, back in 2015. Anyway, Where was I? Oh yeah. So Kamala Harris and Joe Biden are like, don't take the vaccine. Literally, full on, don't do it. Because it was Trump's warp speed. Same vaccine comes out, same vaccine is released during, past Jan 20th this year, when of course Biden comes in, take the vaccine. I'm like, you bastards. And I remember seeing that absolute witch, Nancy Pelosi, Speaker of the House, saying, don't take the vaccine. And then of course, same vaccine comes out, I get that people hate Trump because Trump is a cock. He's a cock. But love him or hate him, I know he's a Marmite character, his Operation Warp Speed, his business acumen did get the vaccine off the ground and going. And of course, Joe Biden comes in and goes, yeah, that was all us. I'm like, you fucking liar. You actually 2 months ago were saying to people, don't take the vaccine because it's a Trump thing. And now it's your administration. Now your Democrats are in, and it's not a Republican thing. So that's why I call it weaponizing and politicizing. You are not doing a philanthropic thing. You are not doing it for the greater good. You are not doing it to help the public, the Gen Pop. You are doing it. You've politicized it. That's my entire point. Okay, This is what I despise, and I use the word, I mean it, I despise these politicians. I would rather see just regular folk that said, you know what, we're going to do our damn best and we're not going to lie. Could you imagine just turning on your TV, or scrolling through your phone and seeing, it would literally melt the entire system, wouldn't it? If a politician came on the screen and said, good evening, my name's, let's say, Johnson House, representing whatever, I'd be like, okay, this is what I'm going to do. I'm not going to lie ever. And if you, Mr. Reporter, ask me a question, I'm going to actually say yes or no. Go for it. And it would literally bring the media to a grind. I'd last 5 minutes, they'd make sure I was removed. But if they say something like, have you got a reason why is so-and-so, let's go, yeah, actually it's this, bang. Wouldn't it be beautiful? I know Russell Brand said this recently, wouldn't it be beautiful if you literally looked at the news and you saw a representative in the UK, US, any of those grey suits, right? And they simply told the truth. Wouldn't it be wonderful? Wouldn't you feel just warm inside? Like, it would be like, did that politician just not lie? Did they just actually deliver to a very black and white question? No matter how edgy the question is, if they just said, oh, what's happening with the Chinese Communist Party that you're massively in bed with, or just, I think we live in a world now where everything is doublespeak, everything is a half-truth, I do. I believe that. I'm just now I'm thinking, would you? I don't. Nick, you come on. You know me. It's like if you said to me, "Oh, Justin, are you doing ABC?" I'd be like, "No, mate." Or, "Oh, yeah, I did that." Bang. Just don't. People know when you're lying. People know. People aren't stupid. That's the thing. People aren't as stupid as the authorities and the media think we're not fucking stupid. So I wouldn't swear, but I despair at this lesson, because what is a 5 and a 10-year-old thinking now about adult behaviour? I'm supposed to be talking about training tonight. What's a kid supposed to think when they look at their screens? You give them an iPad, you give them an iPhone, you give them a telly to watch, and they see adults coming on and lying. And again, kids, I'm not a parent, but I've been around enough children, and of course, once I was a kid, kids aren't silly. They know when adults are talking shit. And I just think that, I don't know. I could talk about Nancy Pelosi's insider trading. I've got Apple shares. I've got shares in Google. Come on. Stop it. You know, that should be illegal, that shit. I've just made a quick 5 mil from just I just bought some shares in Apple or Amazon just as this, you know, it's like, that's called insider trading. It is. If I suddenly had a windfall of £1 million because a friend of mine worked for Google, Apple, or a big phone company or whatever, and said, "Oh, Justin, you know, quick insider tip, you know, spend £200 and you'll quickly get back 10 grand because bam, this is going to happen to the shares." I'd be like, "Nice one, mate, cheers." You know, that shit's illegal. You know, you don't, what's it called, short selling? I don't know anything about it. I just think that the level, the flow of lies, you know, most people are trying to do, myself included, is to live a decent, above board, you know, honourable life, where you're not hurting anyone, you're not lying to people, you're not being a shit, you protect yourself and protect your loved ones, earn your crust, just what, come on, you know, it's not hard. I know I'm ranting, but it's like every single day I look at what's going on in the world, I'm thinking, okay, be upbeat, Justin, be happy, come on mate, go forth, do your thing, just keep trying your thing, just, you know, I can't help but think that I'm just an idiot streamer, like, just, whatever, I've got to keep going, because if I pack this in, I mean, I'm approaching 400 streams now. If I stop this, I'm not going to do myself any favours, because I have recently, alright, I had a few days off. I did have some dodgy health, and I was cocking around with these microphones and stuff, and now the thing's working pretty well. And it's set up now for literally anyone to walk in. You know, anyone can walk in and just pick up a mic and go. And my headphones are here, but I'm just not. What's the point in wearing them if I'm not going to chat with anyone? You know, I'm only going to hear myself better. I know what I sound like. I don't want to hear myself any better. Yeah. All right. I'm going to have a bit of coffee, and I'm going to speak about this whole. I've had my little thing now. I've done 25 minutes of what, phones to gobbing off about the state of the world, really. Who else is there? Well, at least I've managed to get. I'm quite happy for once. For once, I'm happy with the. I'm such a. What's the word? I'm such a stickler for getting it right. You know, I want the background to look okay. I want this to be, well, functional, but in the right spot, but not obscuring vision, and you know, hey, at least it sort of covers my double chin, right? To be burping on coffee. To be fair, that's what the beard does. It's attractive, Justin, burping on coffee. Oh, I saw a thing the other day about, gotta say it, about Meghan Markle. No, in fact, no, I won't do it. It's too negative. No spill? No spill. Okay, all right, let's talk about the sport. Let's talk about the training. This was supposed to be episode 393, or 394 last week. I suppose really, in many ways, I want to hold this episode for if I've got someone on screen. So I don't mind just like, I did say about a fortnight ago, for anyone that bothered, lone streams like this, you know, where I'm not talking to anyone, which are the majority. I'm monologuing. It's obviously live, raw, unedited, etc., etc. I don't want to do. I'll go to 9:30. I'll do another 12 minutes. Um, I don't think it's beneficial to you guys, to me. I just don't. I don't think in terms of content. I don't. Even if I come out with some really interesting shit, I don't think it's that great for a single guy, a talking head, just go blah 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 blah. Unless I was doing a real presentation, you know, tonight's on the Bermuda Triangle and this happened in 1949, and just, you know, unless it's really really detailed, I'm essentially guy coming on screen just, you know, invariably gobbing off about his smartphone addiction. Oh, that pixel looks great. I'm never so excited. And you know I am, because look, it's like when I saw my brother yesterday. I said, "There's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong. My nose is always running. I've had this for years. Just a tap of the nose. There's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong. I'll say it again. There's nothing wrong with my S21 Ultra. I would tell anyone to get that phone. In fact, I would say to anyone, own a Note 20 Ultra and an S21 Ultra. They're brilliant. I mean, they're really, in terms of screen domination, in terms of like, what two phones on the market do you turn on, look at the screen and go, wow. If you're watching a bit of Netflix, you're watching a bit of YouTube, or just doing your daily tasks, right? To do it on a Note 20 Ultra or an S21 Ultra, swear to God, if I had the money, I'd have both. The camera on the S21 Ultra, I've got to say, I can't remember how to say this, I use my camera more, solid, I'm going to say it, I don't know why I'm holding back, I use my camera more on the S21 Ultra than I do on my iPhone. There, okay? Sorry if that upsets the iPhone fans. Again, I'm not hating on iPhones. I've got one, and I don't want to not have an iPhone. Years ago, like 3-4 years ago, when I got into this, I remember seeing it. I'll tell you who it was. It was Linus Tech Tips, Austin, whatever, and then Lou guy from Unbox Therapy, Dave 2D, MKBHD, a load of them, the top 5-6, Mr. Who's the Boss, Aaron, lovely guy, really well spoken, and of course the other guy, Super Saf. Like, they're all good, they're all very good, they're great at their jobs, they're great at presentation, they know their shit, doing a good job. Gotta say, my favourite British guy is probably Aaron, Mr. Who's the Boss. He's done really, really well. You'd like to see him on the BBC presenting, because he's got this beautiful, what I would call perfect English. There was even talk about making Aaron the British voice of Google, which I would absolutely vote for. You should have a look at Aaron, Mr. Who's the Boss. I don't know why he's called himself that, but the kid's doing good. I think he's about 11 or 13 million. He's done really, really well with subs, but a very professional channel. So we've got our British YouTubers that do phone stuff who are very good. Super Saf, again, really reliable. I noticed when I was getting into it, they were all of them, I suppose you could argue because they can, none of them ran one phone, literally none. I can't think of a YouTuber, even at my lowly level, that was like one pocket, one phone. It was like they're an Android and they're an Apple person. I thought, that's interesting. Because one thing I've always hated, and I mean it, I hate it, I can't stand the bickering, I can't stand it when people that own an Android go, your iPhone is shit, mate, right? And then you'll see an Apple person say to an Android person, your Samsung sucks. I'm like, oh, does it though? Because they're both brilliant, and this is why I thought, fuck it, I'm going to try one of each. And the day, yeah, I could cut my money in half, I could cut my bill in half. If I called my, well, I don't know, I won't do it, I could probably save myself whatever. But yeah, if I called up my phone company and begged them and said, look, I'm just financial difficult, I can't do it, I've got to have one thing, I'd be very hard pressed to go, shit, God, would I lose the Apple? Would I lose? The reason I'm thinking that is because I'm a screen guy. I'm a photograph and a video and a screen guy. You know, there's three areas right now where, to my mind, you know, a high-end Sammy, a high-end Xiaomi, a high-end Huawei certainly, but you've got to strike them off because the Google thing. That's sad. That is genuinely sad. I'm telling you, it is, isn't it? Because when you look at a new P50 Pro, you're like, what a device! Did you see it? It's like, I think it's Friday. They launched it Friday, and look. Whenever Huawei drop a new phone, you're like, okay, the cameras are going to be amazing. Even haters go, oh shit, those cameras are just, they are they're next. Since the P20 Pro onwards, they're really, really good. I mean, really, like 20% better. They're really good. Anyway, I just think it's sad that they've been punished. Turntables, interesting. I just think it's sad that the punishment that they've taken, ironically, for security and spying. And you're thinking, hang on a minute, we know that Facebook, Google do way worse spying in terms of actually looking on us. If you've got the Facebook app, if you've got, I mean, just believe me, you're being looked at way more than you are on a Huawei. I mean, like literally, I wouldn't know what the percentage is, but it's significant. I'd be far more concerned about just the number of apps, you know, cross-tracking, third-party cross-tracking, just really up. Anyway, so that being said, if you whittle it down, and I realise that these people were running two phones for a reason, because there's some clear advantages with Apple. Like their video's really good, sort of polished, and you know, being so long in the tooth as they were at Apple, their developers, just the apps, it's all a bit smooth and a bit, you know, it's a bit, yeah. It's no coincidence that Android 12 looks a lot like iOS 15. In fact, I've got to say, if you look at Android 12, it's beautiful. Just that line between Apple and Google now is like, whoa, it really is. It's pretty exciting for a twat like me. I'm dead excited because, yeah, I am. Because look, whether it's screen, like, you know, how much screen you've got, dark mode, refresh rate, you know, how quickly the screen moves, frankly, advances in camera wear as well, you know, just the camera sort of jumps, the general adaptability and what else, customization, etc. There's a lot more shit you can do with your Androids. There is this walled garden with Apple, and I go to great lengths to make my Apple device not look like one. You know, I found a guy on Twitter that just helps people with iPhones disguise their iPhone's home analog screen to not look like an Apple. God, what's his name? Something Seed. Anyway, but it's enabled me to download wallpaper, very clever wallpaper, that basically is perfectly matched, so you cannot see your dock and you cannot see your notch. I kid you not. I can't show it yet because I'm using it for YouTube, and obviously that's the Samsung, but if I held up my 12 Pro Max and just showed you the screen, you'd be like, okay, where's the dock and where's the notch? so beautifully in dark mode. It's got this progressive wallpaper that you just do use as, you know, when you normally with an iPhone, that little arrow is like use as wallpaper, you know, for your lock or home screen or both. You do that and you save it into photos and then open your photos and then use as wallpaper. Essentially, like I say, it makes your dock go, your dock's gone. If you're like me, any phone I don't run, I hate docks. I wish, well, the beauty is with a lot of well, the only launcher worth having, Nova launcher. Yes, I'm on 7. Beta Nova 7 is brilliant. It's brilliant. And yeah, go dockless, man. Go dockless. Well, why? I mean, it just seems so old-fashioned. You know, it's got all. Here's my mail. Here's Goog. Here's my phone. Here's my message. It's just my preference. I like, what do you want to use quick? What do you want to have access to? Bang! You put your camera at the bottom, right? So you can literally not even look at your screen and go, right, I'm on my camera now. So I just have the camera app at the bottom of every phone on its own. I can show you actually. Look, a little bit like this. Well, just like this. There. See? So, camera app, and here are my apps there. So, I can never work it backwards. So there's my folder, that's just my usual apps that I use. And then that's all my apps. So you've got about 80 odd apps there. So just, I'm not really good at working the phone backwards, but just really at the drop of a hat, you've got your camera there. Okay, that's great, shot of my face. Okay. And if I want to Google, God, anyway, I can't do it. I'm not very good at doing it backwards. But yeah, simply into my folders there, and then everything there. So it's really, really simple to use. It's actually the quickest way to get into your phone. So yeah, just simple wallpaper, a bit of Zedge, a little bit of rain paper there. You can see the lightning effect there. Folders, Goog. And you know, so there's your browser in the middle, and you know, at the bottom is your simple phone stack setup. Okay, so that's yeah, it's great. It's great, and I would never change that. And that's how I run it. It's taken me years to discover. Personally, that's the quickest and least cluttered method of having access to your phone to quickly take a shot. Whatever, you know, do a voicemail, I'm into my, you know, you just stack 6 or 7 rows of your used, you know, what you use every day. And that's your folder, and that's just done. And I find it's not just the aesthetics, I think it looks great because it's no clutter. And it's dockless. People have said to me, like, even when I've been in Starbucks, they're like, what phone's that? I'm like, well, it's, you know, whatever phone I've got, and they're a bit surprised, and, you know, it basically doesn't look like an iPhone, or I don't know what Android is, because, anyway, but that's my little bit, yeah, each to their own. But if you want your phone to look different and perform in terms of accessibility, one folder rather than going into another, and then one swipe away is complete app page, every app. So the app drawer is just one of those away. In terms of, I'm all gesture based, by the way. I love a gesture. That's the beauty of iOS 15. Well, Android 12 actually. Heavily gesture. You know when gestures were really shit like 2-3 years ago? You know, it's like you know, just bit pants. So yeah, that's really it. I mean, look, I've deliberately held off talking about the whole sports training origin thing because I want to really go there. I'm flexible. I will talk about the who, what, when, and why. So if anyone wants to talk to me about something that I spent, obviously, well, not obviously, you wouldn't know by looking at me, but 27 years of my life, from 1990 till 2017, that was my 27 years in the fitness, the gym, the bodybuilding thing, teaching, training, competing. I had a decent 27-year run, so I don't do it now. But that's something that's my wheelhouse. That's what I did. Spent a large portion of my life doing that. So I'm just literally, I rolled it out. I'm like, yeah, I'll talk about this tonight. Let's talk about it. But I've done 40 odd minutes now, 45 minutes. That's enough. You don't want to hear any more of me going yappity yap. So I'll call it a day now. I hope you've enjoyed it. I've certainly enjoyed myself. This is called TrueHouse for a reason. The very least you're going to get from me is a bloke who isn't going to lie. And I even posted this earlier on, telling the truth is actually harder than not lying, because even a kid knows that. A kid will not give you the truth, but they're just not lying. Like, did you steal that sweet? No, but they're not telling the truth either, So, whereas my sort of, the thing that I want to convey is, well, not only will I not lie, and I'll stand on that, I'm not going to lie, and I haven't lied. I will make myself, I will tell the truth, hence the name. So I just hope this channel does grow, and I know it's not, I'm no natural. I don't naturally know this tech, you know what I mean? Because I'm a Gen Xer, I'm not a kid that was born in 95, yeah? Big difference. Not making an excuse, but 23, 25 year difference between me and them. Yeah, it's not my natural, but I'm just pleased that I fell in love with phones. I'm pleased that I've got a love of tech. Not all tech, because I still struggle massively with computers. I'm not naturally, in terms of navigation, but phones, I'm fascinated by them. I'm fascinated at something so deliberate and so dainty and small, especially in my big hands. A 6.5, 7-inch form factor, it does so much, and it's so accessible, and you can watch so much and absorb so much and capture. This is why I'm such a video camera guy. Even if 80% of the stuff I shoot and video you'll never see. You'll never see it. I'm not that ubiquitous, and I'm not that talented, but I will capture it, and I will enjoy it, and I will relive it. So that's why I love, the better the camera, the more I'm into it. And screen real estate. So yeah, I love them, and I'm very much looking forward to, and I really do, I know it sounds a bit like, all right, Just, we get the message, you geek. Why I am so enthralled for the 13 Pro Max and the Pixel 6 Pro, and I mean this, look, I don't profess to be Justin thinks he's some technical genius. No, but my knowledge of smartphones is decent. It's certainly enough. Well, no, it's never enough, is it? Never enough. But it's certainly not, I don't embarrass myself if I'm having a conversation with anyone about smartphones. But I would do if I was talking computationally. Like, do you code, Justin? What? Yeah, and that's really it. And I if anyone watches this and wants to talk, hit me up. All right, so with 25, good timing actually, 22 seconds remaining, because that's the hour limit on Instagram, so I've obviously done an hour. I'm going to say goodnight. I'm going to say goodnight to Instagram first. So look, this has been episode 395, coming to a close. I've been Justin House. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow for 396. Okay? See you later. And that was a very cheesy ending, wasn't it? Okay. Alright, that was my see you later face. Guys, thank you for dropping in. Really do appreciate it. I'm trying to get better. I know it's like, oh shit, that guy's fucking cringe-worthy, but I'm just, I don't know, I'm trying. I like it. I like tonight. Can never be good enough at this. But I am up for a conversation, and a truthful one. Seriously, a truthful one. That's the caveat. Don't lie, because you're not going to get lies from me. And yeah, just don't bullshit yourself and the world. So come at me, all right, and we'll talk. I'll be back tomorrow night with episode 396. Okay, see you later. Cheers.